Greetings. It is Wednesday, March 27th, 2019. I'm with a recently framed drawing from my Sightseeing with Dignity Human Rights Art Series, the drawing done in 2015. Getting a lot of reflection here, so I managed to do this like it, kind of angling the camera lens down or from the side here. So the drawing depicts Zakariya Issa, who was an immigrant from Nairobi, Kenya, lived in Seattle. He was shot to death in Seattle on July 31st, 2015. He was only 20, and I wrote that here, his name, shot to death, Seattle, 31st July 2000. He was only 20, so I drew the wings, two different wings at the ornithology lab at the Burke Museum of Natural History at the University of Washington campus. So the upper wing up here, I noted upper wing from a red-tailed hawk drawn December 8th and 9th, 2015. And I've got more notes about the upper wing down here. Upper wing bird collection dated 5th September 97. The wing such and such number was from the bird from Kittitas County in Ellensburg. That's eastern Washington. The lower wing, which is down here, I wrote Bard, B-A-R-R-E-D, owl, ... with an arrow here. I thought the curatorial assistant said Bard owl, B-A-R-D. Little linguistic wordage, something or other, but he corrected my spelling to Bard, B-A-R-R-E-D. And the news of his having been shot to death made not only national news in the U.S., but international news, as American shootings and mass shootings, gun rights, terrorism attacks tend to do. He was on the phone with his mother when he was shot to death. He had just left a memorial service for a friend of his, an Islamic service. He himself was Muslim, and I find it greatly ironic that an immigrant would come from Kenya, a developing country which has had no shortage of difficulties in the post-colonial era and colonial era and so on, with poverty and violence and so on, and come to America, the land of freedom and opportunity, and be shot to death, where gun rights is heralded as this great God-given thing by conservative Christians. While they denounce Islamic extremism, they legislate, promote, and basically endorse a genocide against Americans. Between 1968, the year I graduated high school, and 2018, 50 years later, over 1,400,000 Americans were shot to death, thanks to the mantle of so-called gun rights, a genocidal slaughter.